Evening, everybody. It's 7:16 on Monday evening, and this is your closing comment for Monday, the 14th. Okay, so we had a bit of a sell-off right before the close, the last half hour or so, and we finished pretty much on the lows. Um, Dow down 211.63%. NASDAQ a little harder, 127.11, down 1.12. S&P down just under 36 for 9 tenths of a percent, down 21.49 in the Russell, and down 21.87 in the transports. Okay, so let's just go over a couple of things here. Disney, which this morning was a little bit better at 96.62. That was the high. They had that great showing for the sequel to Black Panther, 180 million, which is an amazing number for a weekend. But it didn't hold into that close and closed 94.66, down 35 cents. Hasbro had a miss on earnings this morning. When we talked about it, it was 59 and a half. It closed at 57.16. That was down 6.25 or 9.9% versus the 6% that it was down this morning. Tesla down another 2.6%. Amazon, on the news that they are going to lay off 10,000 people, started a little higher, but finished the day down 2.3% at 98.49. And Warren Buffett filed for LPX, Louisiana Pacific. The stock had closed at 58.90, down $1.08, but when that news came out after the close, they jumped it up to 65.31, up 5.33. So instead of being down 2%, it was actually up 9%. Silvergate, which is one of the people who is in the banking and crypto business. On Friday, when the stock closed at 34, they came out with a press release that explained that they had no exposure to FTX. The stock got up to 41 and a half Friday night and this morning pre-open, but by the time the market opened, the high for the day was only 37.33, and it closed at 36 and a quarter. It was still up $1.83, but certainly nowhere near that 41 and a half. Beyond that, oil was down. Gold was up 750. Oil was down $3, and tonight it continues a little bit lower, down another 47 cents. In the grains, corn and soybeans down, wheat and oats up. So that was kind of interesting. As I said, the gold was up 750. It's giving back half of that tonight. Silver was up 45 cents, and it's giving up very little, only 8 or 9 cents. Copper, which was down pretty hard, is basically unchanged, and the platinum, palladium are down a little. Cattle was mixed today. Cattle down 70 cents. Feeder cattle, which is the young stuff that they fatten up, was up, as was hogs, as was pork. And as far as the softs go, we were lower by 270 in the cotton. That's come down pretty hard. And the coffee can't seem to get out of its own way. Had an up week last week at the end of the week, but gave it back up today and is lower by $1.20. Sugar up a little, coffee, cocoa, etc. Lumber down $15 at 415. In last night's letter, I showed you a chart. This is actually a pretty interesting area for it. Okay, after finishing towards the lows, we have the S&P up 8. As I said, it was down 35, so that's pretty minor. NASDAQ was down 127. It's up 33. That is minor. And down 216 in the Dow to up 57, meaningless. And the Russell up 5. The dollar gained a bit of ground today, up 36 cents. Bitcoin was down a little, down $45. It's now up 285, and Ethereum is up 26. The bonds are basically unchanged, which is basically what they were today. They were down 430. A couple of 30 seconds, the equivalent of 1/16th of a dollar. So, and the 210 spread continues to widen. The tens were up 5 basis points, but the twos were up 10 basis points, and the tens were only up half that. So an increase of 5 brings that up to a negative 54. As far as the Dow goes, 18 up, 12 down. On the downside, we had Home Depot and UNH both taking 55 off the Dow. We had Microsoft taking 37 off, and Walmart, which reports tomorrow before the open, taking 27. There was only one stock on the long side, Johnson and Johnson, and it only added about $2, so 17 Dow points. Tomorrow we have PPI, core PPI, Empire State Manufacturing, as well as earnings, as I said, Walmart, Home Depot, TME, which is Tencent, SE, which is C Group, and my favorite, DNUT, Donut, Krispy Kreme. All right, folks, I'll be back first thing in the morning. Have a good evening.